What's up, everybody? It's Nick from Who Dat Travel. Now we are at EPCOT for the Flower and Garden Festival, and we are going to be partaking in the Garden Graze menu. It is one of the little culinary adventures, and this is going to be a brutally honest review from a carnivore. Yeah, I like meat. I like meat. I don't like fake meat, but you know what? I, for science, am going to try all of the non-meat things that they have at the Garden Graze, and I'm going to tell you how a meat eater really actually likes or dislikes them. Yeah, brutally honestly. So follow along. Let's see what we get and what I enjoy. For my first taste on this graze is going to be the potato pancake, which we got out of the Germany area in the market there, with homemade applesauce. It's supposed to be vegetarian, so we're going to take a bite. If you haven't seen my food reviews before, you don't see me fill my face. Nobody wants to see that. It's not pretty. Let me clean up and then tell you how I like it in a brutally honest fashion. So here we go. All right, after my first bite, overall, interesting. I think the potato pancake needs a little more seasoning to it. It's kind of bland and just there. And then you put a bland version of an applesauce on top. It needs some saltiness to break up that blandness. Maybe some pepper in there. Overall, I'll eat it. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's not terrible. I guess that's would I buy it again? Would I purchase something else that maybe had some meat with it? Yeah, probably. But on to our next adventure here. Next, we have a avocado toast that is found at EPCOT, which is right over there by Test Track. We've got blistered tomatoes, avocado on a ciabatta. Now it is all plant-based with we'll call it fake cheese. So I will take a bite of it and see what I think about it. Now normally I like an egg and that type of thing on my avocado toast, and I of course like real cheese. So we'll test how it is. And after the avocado toast, we actually did go get called for the Guardians of the Galaxy. So we went over and rode that. Awesome ride as usual, but you're not here for that. You're here for the brutally honest review. So overall, the avocado toast, the bread was a little soft for my liking. I really like kind of a crisp toast, so it kind of goes against the softness of the avocado. The avocado was nice. It was ripe. It was fresh, but it wasn't well seasoned. Again, it needed some more salt to be able to bring out some of the more flavors, and really needed maybe some pepper in that. That's just personally the way I prefer the avocado toast. The tomatoes were a nice addition to it, actually. Made me think I was almost having like more of a guacamole than the just smashed avocado. And then the cheese. No, not a big fan. Very pungent, very odory, very strong odor. And then that flavor with just that little bit on there. I mean, there wasn't a ton, but it overpowered it. It was just kind of funky. I'm not a blue cheese fan really, but it kind of really reminded me of that funkiness. But not in that same flavor though. It was just really, to me, off-putting. Without that, I think it would have been great. With a little salt and pepper, awesome. But no, I'll pass in the future. Up next, we have the grilled street corn, and that is coming from the EPCOT Farmers Feast. It has a savory garlic spread and a plant-based cheese. So we will figure out if this cheese is kind of like the cheese on the avocado toast or not. Going back to the corn on the cob, really garlic heavy. They unfortunately weren't able to spread it out very much, so you got a lot of garlic in kind of like one or two bites. You did have to roll back some of the wrapping to get a little bit more of the corn. The Santa Maria grill that they were using, awesome grill, loved it. Wish they would have put a little more char on it. It was nice and cooked through. It wasn't mushy, which was nice. But again, that cheese just, I'm not a fan of fake cheese, and that's what I'm going to call it. They're trying to recreate a cheese. It just it doesn't do well. Overall, without cheese or without the fake cheese and maybe a real cheese and real butter, I probably really enjoyed it, or like a real mayonnaise to make it more like a Mexican. Overall, it was okay. Would I have it again? Not in that form, but that's why this is a brutally honest review. The refreshment outpost have brought us the buffalo chicken and potato barrels with ranch and blue cheese. So, well, we haven't been batting real well with this cheese, so we're gonna taste this. I'm gonna try to keep an open mind and be brutally honest. All right, results surprising, actually. Overall, the dish was not bad. The potato barrels, they're a standard tater tot. I mean, everybody's having them. They were actually very crisp. Not sure what they were fried in, if they were fried in an animal byproduct, but it was on the plant-based, so I'm assuming not. The chicken was it was good. The consistency, though, the texture was just a little off. The wife eats far more vegetarian kind of stuff than I do, and even she was a little just weirded out, we'll say, by it. It was also cold, so you had a warm potato barrel and then a cold breaded chicken. So it was a little weird there to have that heat contrast. Overall, the buffalo sauce, very good. The blue cheese tasted actually very blue cheesy. I'm not a giant fan, so there was a little too much for my liking, but it wasn't that same like horrible funk that was on the last two cheeses with the corn cob and also the avocado toast. Overall, the ranch, couldn't taste it all. There was so much blue cheese and so much of the buffalo, you didn't really taste any of the ranch. As a composed bite, as a composed dish, overall, it went very well together. The crunchiness of the potato barrel kind of made up for that little consistency blip for me. Not so much the wife. She was a real fan of that. But overall, would I eat it again? Yes. Would I choose it again if I had a meat version over that? No. So I guess we'll put that up as a win. The final food on our tour here is a tres leche, which is covered with oat, almond, and coconut milk. Or I'm sorry, soaked in oat, almond, and coconut, and then topped with toasted coconut. It's a vanilla cake. So no real tres leches. It's tres fake leches. So we'll dig in, and well, you know the drill. All right, not really surprising on that one. It was good. The 3 non-milk tres leches really provided a very moist cake. The whipped cream, or non-dairy whipped cream, wasn't very sweet, but with the cake it really didn't need to be. Overall, let's put it this way, the wife licked out the bowl. It was that good. Really good. The different milks actually did really flavor the cake a little bit more, and was really up my alley. It wasn't overly sweet. I am not an overly sweet person in many regards, but overall, food-wise, I'm not the sweets person. Give me another section of steak. Yes, I know. But overall, best of the fest out of this. Now there are, I think there's like 7 different things that you can choose from. You have to choose 5 out of the 7. There was an impossible meatball one that I didn't get. I think there's actually more than that, but those are the 5 that we chose. So overall, if I had to rank them, definitely the cake at top. The chicken, surprisingly, the buffalo chicken, surprisingly, that's going to be that second place. The potato pancake in third, and then I think it's a tie for last place with those 2 different, the corn and also the avocado toast, because of those 2 cheeses. I just really didn't care for it. But there's one thing left, and that is our prize for this, and we're gonna go get that right now. So those of you wondering, the Garden Graze festival treat is a Dole Whip lime with Minute Maid lemonade and mango smoothie mix, and also you're supposed to get a wildflower seed pack, and also all the edible flowers are harvested from the land. So I am excited to have the Garden Graze festival treat. Oh, I am a Dole Whip fanatic. I love Dole Whip. And actually, I can't lie, half the reason I did this entire video and went through all of those 5 plant-based Garden Graze was to get to the Dole Whip. I will admit it freely. And it was well worth it. It was amazing. Very, very tart, lemon lime, and then it was fantastic. I wish I could get another one, but to me, it's not worth going through 5 things that I really, maybe I had 5 of the tres leches and call it good. Or there is the strawberry shortcake. Actually, right here is that list that you could go ahead and have. But overall, was it worth it? Was the food that good? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't. I did it. I got the treat at the end. And if you enjoyed this brutally honest review, please give it a huge thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if this is the kind of things you like, put it in the comments and I'll do more of these. And of course, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when I release new content. With that being said, we'll see you real soon, everybody. And thank you. Bye-bye.